That is what I mean to say. And so, Bunbury died.
He seems to have had great confidence in the opinions of his physicians. I am glad, however, that he came to some definite course of action and delivered a proper medical advice. And now that we've got rid of this Mr. Bunbury, may I ask, Mr. Worthing, who is that young person whose hand my nephew seems to be holding in a peculiarly unnecessary manner?
That, Lady Bracknell, is Miss Cecily Cardew, my ward.
I'm engaged to be married to Cecily, Aunt Augusta.
I beg your pardon.
Mr. Moncrief and I are engaged to be married, Lady Bracknell.
I do not know whether there's anything peculiarly exciting in the air in this particular part of her child, but the number of engagements that goes on seems to me to be above the proper average that statistics have laid down for our guidance.
I think some preliminary inquiry on my part would not be out of place. Mr. Worthing, is Miss Cardew at all connected with any of the larger railway stations in London? Until yesterday, I was not aware that there were any families or persons whose origin was a terminus.
Miss Cardew is the granddaughter of the late Mr. Thomas Cardew of 149 Belgrave Square, South Wimbledon, Gervais Park, Dorking, Surrey, and Sporran, Fifeshire, New Brandwood.
That sounds not unsatisfactory. Readdresses always inspires confidence, even in tradesmen. What proof of their authenticity?
I have carefully observed the courtyards of the period. They're open to your inspection, Lady Bracknell.
I've known strange errors in that publication.
Miss Cardew's family solicitors are Messrs. Markby, and Markby.
Markby, and Markby. A firm of the very highest position in their profession. Indeed, I am told that one of the Mr. Markbys is occasionally to be seen at dinner parties. So far,
How extremely kind of you, Lady Bracknell. I also have in my possession, you will be pleased to hear, certifications of Miss Cardew's birth, baptism, registration, confirmation, vaccination, whooping cough, and the measles. Both the English and the German variety.
ah, and I'm crowded with incident, I see. Though perhaps too exciting for a young girl. I'm not myself in favor of premature experiences. Gwendolyn, the time approaches for our departure. We've not a moment to lose. As a matter of form, Mr. Worthing, may I ask if Miss Cardew has any little fortune?
Just about £130,000 in the funds. Good day, Lady Bracknell.
Mr. Worthing! £130,000! And in the funds! Miss Cardew seems a most attractive young lady now that I look at her. You girls of the present day have any really solid qualities. Qualities that last or improve with time. I regret to say, in an age of surfaces. Come over here, dear. Pretty child. The dress is sadly simple, and your hair seems as if nature might have left it. But it can all easily be altered. A thoroughly experienced French maid produces a quite marvelous result in a very brief space of time. I once recommended one to Lady Lansing, and after 3 months, her own husband did not know her.
And after 6 months, nobody knew
Kindly turn round, dear. There beside me was what I want.
weak points of society are its want of principle and its want of profile. But she a little higher, dear. Style largely depends on the way the chin is worn. They are worn very highly at present. Algernon, yes, Rochester. There are distinct social possibilities in Miss Cardew's profile.
Cecily is the dearest, sweetest, prettiest girl in the whole world. I don't care twopence about social possibilities.
Never speak disrespectfully of society, Algernon. Only those who can't get into it do that. My dear Cecily, you are quite aware that Algernon has nothing but his debts to depend on. Though, I'm not in favour of mercenary marriages. When I married Lord Bracknell, I had no fortune at all. But I never dreamed of allowing that to get in my way. So, I suppose I must give my consent.
Thank you, Aunt Augusta.
Cecily, you may kiss me.
Thank you, Lady Bracknell.
You may also address me as Aunt Augusta for the future.
Thank you, Aunt Augusta.
Well, the wedding is going to take place quite soon.
Thank you, Aunt Augusta.
To speak frankly, I'm not in favour of long engagements. They give people the opportunity of learning each other's characters, which I never think is advisable.
I beg your pardon, Lady Bracknell, but I am Miss Cardew's guardian, and she cannot legally marry without my consent until she becomes of age. And that consent I absolutely decline to give.
Upon what grounds, may I ask? Algernon is an extremely, I may even say ostentatiously eligible young man. He has nothing but looks everything. What more could one desire?
It pains me to have to speak candidly to you, Lady Bracknell, about your nephew. The fact is, I cannot prove at all his moral character. I suspect him of being untruthful.
Untruthful? My nephew Algernon? Impossible. He's an Oxonian.
I fear there can be no possible doubt in the matter. This afternoon, during my temporary absence in London on an important question of romance, he gained admission to my house under the false pretenses of being my brother. Under an assumed name, he drank, as I'm just now finding out from my butler, an entire pint bottle of my Perrier J. Brew, 89, wine I was specially reserving for myself. Continuing his disgraceful reception, he spent the course of the entire afternoon alienating the affections of my only ward. He subsequently stayed for tea and devoured every single muffin. To make his conduct all the more heartless to me, he was well aware from the first that I have no brother, that I've never had a brother in my life, and have no intention of having a brother in the future, not even of any kind. I distinctly told him so myself yesterday afternoon.
Ahem. After careful consideration, I have decided to entirely overlook my nephew's conduct to you.
How extremely kind of you, Lady Bracknell. My decision, however, on the matter is unalterable. I decline to give my consent.
Come over here, sweet child. How old are you?
I'm really only 18, but I always admit to 20 when I go to evening parties.
You are perfectly right in making some slight alteration. Indeed, no woman should ever be quite accurate about her age. It looks so calculating. 18. And admitting to 20 at parties. It will not be long till you are of age and free from the restraints of tutelage. So, I don't think your guardian's consent is, after all, a matter of any importance.
It pains me to have to interrupt you again, Lady Bracknell. I feel as though I'm going to tell you that according to the terms of her grandfather's will, Miss Cardew does not come of age until she is 35.
It does not sound like a lame objection. 35 is a very attractive age. But many women in London society remain 35 for years. Lady Dumbleton is an instance in point. To my own knowledge, she's been 35 ever since she reached the age of 40. It was many years ago now. I
see no reason why our dear Cecily should not be even still more attractive at the age you mentioned than the age she is at present. There will be a large accumulation of property.
Algie, could you wait till you around 35?
Of course I could. You know I could.
I couldn't wait till that time. I hate waiting even 5 minutes from them. It always makes me rather cross. I know I'm not punchable myself, but I do require punctuality in others. Waiting for the team to be married is out of the question.
What is to be done, Cecily? Mr. Worthing, as Miss Cardew positively states that she cannot wait till the age of 35, a remark which I am bound to say shows a somewhat impatient nature, I must beg of you to reconsider your decision.
My dear Lady Bradford, the matter is entirely in your own hands. The moment you consent to my marriage with Gwendolen, I will certainly allow your nephew to enter into an alliance with my ward.
Mr. Worthing, you are quite aware that what you propose is out of the question.
And passionate celibacy is all that any of us have to look forward to.
That is not the destiny I propose for Gwendolen. Algernon, of course, can choose for himself. Come here. We've missed 5, if not 6 trains. To miss any more might expose us to comment on the platform.
Everything is quite ready for the christening.
The christening, sir? Is that not somewhat premature?
Both of these gentlemen have expressed a desire for immediate baptism.
At their age? The idea is grotesque and irreligious. Algernon, I forbid you to be baptized. Lord Brumby would be highly displeased to learn that that was the way in which you are spending your time and money.
Am I to understand, then, that there are to be no christenings at all this afternoon?
I don't believe that, as the circumstances are now, that it will be of much practical value to either of us, Dr. Chasuble.
Oh, I am grieved to hear such sentiments from you, Mr. Worthing. They savour of the heretical views of the Anabaptists, views which I have completely refuted in 4 of my unpublished sermons. But as your current mood seems to be one peculiarly secular, I shall return to the church at once. Indeed, I have just been informed by the Puritan that for the last hour and a half, Miss Prism has been waiting for me in the vestry.
Miss Prism? Did I dare you mention a Miss Prism?
Yes, Lady Bracknell, I'm on my way to join her.
Pray, allow me to detain you for a moment. This matter may prove to be one of vital importance for Lord Bracknell and myself. Is this Miss Prism a female of repellent aspect, remotely connected with education?
She is the most cultivated of ladies, the very picture of respectability.
It is obviously the same person. May I ask what position she holds in your household?
I'm celibate, ma'am.
Miss Prism has for the last 3 years